Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never role-played before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. With one of our heroes on the run from the guards, the others are worried an alternate dimension Archibald may be able to control Butthole. Quinny convinced everyone he and Reginald were dating to cover up his murder. Juniper discovered a follower of the moondmandments, and Butthole attacked an Archibald but failed to kill him. Can Quinny escape the guards, or will he tip off all of Akkah that our heroes are here? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
You've barely escaped from Archibald Tingler. Granted, a different Archibald Tingler than the one you're used to, but one who seems somehow worse. Reginald knows this all too well, but the rest of you are just discovering who this particular man is. Butthole, your companions, Quinny has run off into the night after maybe dating Reginald. To your mind, definitely dating Reginald. But, he took a fart to the face to heal him up a bit, and then he ran off into the night to draw the guards away, allowing you time to meet up with your companions in the mines. So you've just crawled down the sort of scaffolding into the mine. Your companions, new and old, are kind of waiting your orders, and yet again, you were thrust into the role of King Butthole as they look to you, each with kind of a different question on their mind, a different feeling in their heart. What do you do?
Butthole needs to get people fucking moving. The thing that he can rely on in himself and in everybody else is like work. Work gets people through a crisis. Everybody is as safe as they are going to be in this fucking mine. If people come after them, they can run through the mine and try to get out the backside. It's a bit of a nightmare. Possible. But what they can do, especially knowing that Archibald has come across, which means the Horde has access here. And if that portal gets any bigger or more dangerous, and Archibald knows that Reginald is around, or Archibald can send word or whatever the fuck, this just put the portal at like number one with the bullet on Butthole's list of things that need to get fucking dealt with. Because the Horde is more dangerous than anything else, and Archibald 110% is, because Butthole also doesn't know if Archibald can still control him. So he needs to trap him here and then kill him, or ideally tactically have everybody else kill him. He'd really like to do it personally, but that's a very tactically stupid idea. So he'll just look at everybody and say, okay, admittedly, setback, we're all having emotionally complicated evenings, but what I need everybody to do is search this mine and find whatever kind of explosives or blasting caps or whatever is here. We need everything that is existing in this place that can help us blow up the portal. That's number one. Number two, corpse pile. Yeah, we could save some explosives if it works, but we need explosives. What we have right now are bodies and a very big mine. So everybody, if you could all do that. If anybody has any injuries that will prevent them from doing this, come talk to me.
Where's Quinny?
Quinny is outside drawing the guards away. Otherwise, they would have followed us down into this mine, and this entire mission would be a failure. So when Quinny returns, we will give Quinny the explosives. He will be invisible, and we will figure out how to destroy this portal.
All right.
How is Reginald dealing with the news that has been seemingly kind of broken to him very casually that Archibald is here?
Oh, Reginald is right fucked up. Reginald is not doing well, but Reginald also agrees that explosives to destroy the portal are a very fucking good idea.
Great.
So he's happy to kind of I don't think he would reply at all. I think he would just go throw himself into the work, because for Reginald, okay, if we can destroy the portal, great. If we can blow up Archibald, great. Worst case scenario, we can blow up the entrance to the mine so they can't come right after us, and he could fucking fly away into the wilderness and beg Alan for help. Like, if his whole life is just him on the run, he already kind of has accepted that was what was going to happen if something bad happens to Butthole. And there's not really a worse thing that can happen than his particular father showing up. Mm-hmm. He's not even aware of Butthole's weakness. God help this whole party if Reginald finds out about that.
Yeah, don't care for that. Okay, great. Juniper, you're feeling some feels.
All right. Let's go find some explosives.
Okay, I've been looking around a bit down here, and I think there's maybe a couple places we can check. And did you know this is a mine?
Yeah, we figured it out on the way in, but I'm glad. So, all right, search party one's going to go with Patty. Patty, if you could point out to Reginald and Juniper. There'll be search parties 2 and 3. Tell them the other places to check out. We'll do this as efficiently as possible.
Cool. Let's get some... I know I haven't said this at all in this game. Investigation rolls.
Ooh, 18.
For Reginald, that is a investigation 24.
Hey now.
Butthole, who's just wandering through the place praying. Explosives are good, but to find anything useful. He is just in a very desperate circumstance. Is insight okay from a boy?
Yeah, I'll take it.
He might just find a symbol that makes him feel better. Who knows? He gets an 18.
18? Sure. Yep, that'll work. And Quinny isn't there.
I can roll if you want.
Nah, it's okay. I'll get you to roll for something different soon. Okay. So, and sorry, Ryan, for Butthole, he's looking for something to like cheer him up, or he's looking for
something to help him in this like Archibald issue. So it may be something that convinces him something positive is happening. I'm just saying, like, everybody else has a clear goal of like explosives. Butthole's running through praying for like, how do I do this?
Aww.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there aren't a lot of explosives down here. Most of what was valuable was taken up with the folks who left. That said, there's always stuff that's left behind. So you managed to gather together some blasting powder, enough to like not level something, but to definitely wreck it.
Great.
But it's somewhat volatile, so like you can't make a nice like clean pathway. It's going to be a bit of a mess, but definitely enough to blow something up.
Okay.
I will also say with an 18 that you managed to find, now that we've got a bit more time, one of Doc Huckleberry's pistols. He's able to crawl back in amongst the dirt and dust of the dead Murbles. And he just comes back out with Amanda, and he goes, "I've missed you." And he takes the hammer that he's been holding like a gun. And he says, "Meet your new sister Guinevere."
Naming conventions are wild.
Yeah.
Amanda and Guinevere.
Look, his tie-in novel is fucking not good, but it's very interesting.
I'm fascinated that he put that much work into the name of the hammer.
I'm honestly proud of him for still being here. You know what I mean? Like,
He could have left. We wouldn't have been able to stop
he
him.
definitely could have died on multiple occasions, but he pulled through.
I mean, there's still time.
Oh, sure there is. Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, none of us are living forever.
All right, so Butthole, with your roll, and sorry, you rolled for Reginald as well?
Yes. Reginald was a 24. Butthole was also an 18.
Yeah. So the 24 will go into the blasting powder. For Butthole, you are kind of wandering, and you actually find yourself back at the office of Gulper the Betrayer. But this time you walk up the front way, and of course, like with nothing animated now, it's just like there's dusty corpses everywhere. A lot of weird mining gear. You walk past several.
Along the way, he's just with his hammer, just crushing a skull on each body, so none of these are zombies later. Because he knows there's a corpse pile upstairs, but he doesn't need a corpse pile down here.
Fair enough. You walk past several water coolers of various states of ill repair. And approaching the office from the front, you actually spot something that the party missed previously, which is Craven Marks, the rebel who brought the word of Morks, rather, who brought the word of unions is what's left of him is nailed outside the door to Gulper's office, which is kind of what you'd previously learned. And Gulper, being a sadistic sumbitch, clearly left him there as a warning to other dwarves. And it's a grim sight, but at the same time, you know what effect that had. Like the entire cult of Akkah, before it was, corrupted by various Archibalds over the years, stood for something more than just war. It stood for something deeper and better. And weirdly, somehow you've kind of picked up the legacy and the mantle of this dwarf who, for all intents and purposes, was forgotten by time, seemingly completely forgotten and lost. And yet somehow through a variety of circumstances, you've picked up his legacy and carried it forward. And there's something in that in terms of like the effect you can have, whether you know it or not. And even if you lose, you can still win. And all those things that I think kind of speaks to you around the tremendous loss you're feeling of your beloved Quinny to Reginald. Not, because he ran away, you could assume he'll come back, but like Reginald. And the return of Archibald and kind of a chance to set things right. So I think weirdly looking at this ancient dwarf who sacrificed everything to try and make things better for his compatriots, you kind of find a sense of peace, or at least a sense of renewed purpose.
Yep. Butthole is probably the only ruler in all of Neverwinter and Dumfaerun who would find the corpse of a murdered Union leader and be like, that's right, we can win. And that's the lesson, which is just like like every negative opportunity can be turned around, which is like he can defeat an Archibald. He would not have gone after the portal earlier if Archibald hadn't been here. And yes, that will make things harder. But if that hadn't happened, he wouldn't have realized the threat, like the scale of threat that portal represents, which is actually greater than any other threat in the city. So this was also a mistake on the enemy's side. Archibald going to that tavern was the worst thing Archibald could have done for his plan to invade this world. And Butthole not getting to kill him, sad. There were a lot of people. It feels like that fight may have gone bad. He's capable of putting that together, looking at this corpse and being like, yeah, but if you don't create the movement, then you're just a dead guy. Like, appreciating a little bit having been kicked through that door to fight him on a smarter day. So yeah, the impact is strong on him.
Cool. All right, so Butthole, I'm going to give you 1 point of inspiration. Grim inspiration, but inspiration nonetheless.
Inspiration.
With those...
Or if you can see the corpse's teeth, grinspiration.
There we go. The silver lining. That gets the boo.
We all get booed sometimes.
Says Patty wandering through the mines.
Yeah.
This is how I figured out to know where everyone is. Boo, boo, boo.
Patty just
I'm on your left.
Discovering echolocation, kind of just on her own terms.
Well, I also just think she's hearing herself, and she's like, good, I know where everyone is now.
What a waste of 2 eyes.
And meanwhile, Pitch is like, yes, you get it, because he understands that she's talking to her own echoes, and he's like, good, yes, we're in this together. This is nice.
Everyone's here.
He's actually just so he's just so happy. He's happy to be part of a team. And he and Patty are kind of like a good little duo.
Oh yeah, they forgot Butthole hasn't met him yet.
Yeah, you think he's having a good day now? Just wait. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So you gather the powder. Butthole has his revelation, and we cut to Quinny in the hospital. So Quinny, when we last left you, you had just sort of sprinted and dove into the hospital, sort of closing the door behind you. The guards are still converging on this location. Half of them are obviously going to go check the barracks. Half of them are going to check the hospital. You find yourself in sort of a central lobby area. Again, this is like a military hospital, so very much kind of what I've mostly admittedly seen in mysteries set during like World War I or World War II, where it's like kind of a large open room with a bunch of cots, and it's a 3-story hospital, so there are floors. But I think the key to this is to not think of it as we would a modern hospital with like a lot of walls and structure. It really is just kind of like different wards, but very open. Also because clerics don't really need all the medical tools necessarily. That said, in the time since the clerics have gone, this place feels a lot more like an old dentist office where there's just a lot of spooky metal shit that's been built. And immediately upon entering, like you can smell wounds that are festering and like just like it's a bad field hospital now, rather than something where people are really getting the treatment that you would expect, which is particularly bad because it's a war place, so everyone is just like getting wounded. Inside, you can see doctors moving between the beds. For what it's worth, they do seem to be trying to do their best, but they are clearly well outmatched. Again, like what is a regular doctor in a world where magic heals? Meh. But a lot of war wounded and a lot of people like dressing their own wounds, and like, you know, like you can see people similar to the crutch you saw like fashioning crutches and that sort of thing. It doesn't really matter. It's the middle of the night. A lot of people are up. There's dim lighting from kind of like politely shuttered lamps. It's not to say that there's no care being taken here. It's more so just that they don't really go in for comfort. And again, you can hear the guards barreling down behind you, but what do you do?
Well, they blew up a bar to try and look for us. So Quinny will say...
I should say the guards that are chasing you that caught up to Butthole and you are not Horde.
Okay.
They are,
Quinny was about to be like, Horde incoming, do whatever it is you folks got to do. Okay.
Quinny accidentally killing a hospital.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Everyone just reaches under their cot and pulls out an assault rifle. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, we're a combat hospital.
Okay. Standard Akkah guards, not any kind of special Horde business. Still very dangerous people. Quinny will quickly move through the room. I think he's going to try and get higher. Yeah, he's going to try and get up to some of the upper floors. May hopefully be able to circle around and exit.
Sure. All right, so this time I will take acrobatics, please.
That's a 19. I rolled 4.
I was going to say a 19. Oh, that's a terrible roll for you.
Yeah, it's low.
It still passes by a lot because you're just trying to run up a flight of stairs. But I do feel the need to comment on it. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I understand.
All right. So you make it up to the second floor. You notice that the second floor is entirely empty.
Okay.
And you can hear guards kind of crashing in downstairs, and there's a lot of like, "Where'd he go? We're looking for someone." Like, usual guard yelling.
Yeah. Quinny is going to...
Things are worse than ever.
Just the phrase "usual guard yelling" kind of got me. I don't know why.
Quinny's going to try to, he's not stay in one spot. He's going to be moving through the space, just looking for any kind of inspiration to lose these guards and keep safe and quiet. But while he's doing that, he's also thinking about, I think it was Butthole saying like, if the clerics used to work out of here and were chased out, maybe there are secret clerics here, or maybe there's evidence of where the clerics went or anything like that. And figuring, I'm here, might as well come back with maybe some kind of intel, whether it's hospital's a dead end or, I might actually find something. So,
sure, yeah, okay. You'll never guess what I'm going to ask you to roll.
Sleight of hand.
That's right. I need performance. Can you do an animal handling for me?
This is a survival check. Can you survive the guards looking for you?
I don't think we've ever. No, we've done like one or two.
I'm in a hospital. A medicine check.
But it's a Grey's Anatomy one, so I actually need a charisma save.
Oh, okay.
Can you save your heart as well as lives?
Oh, boo.
McQuinny's. Dr. McQuinny's in the house.
McSquiggly is also a doctor here. Yeah. And an airship doctor. There's another patient stuck in a cloud. Ugh. All right. Go for it, Tyler.
In all of that very...
The joke in my head was just like, sorry, doctor, I've got cloudibetes. And I was like, what is this joke?
I'm really glad you shared it, but no.
I've completely lost track of what the real role is.
Investigation.
I'm sorry. You're rolling for cloudibetes.
Yeah. Natural 20.
Oh, shit. Well,
hello.
More like Cloud D20 abetes.
Cloud D20 abetes critical success. Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and diabetes.
Why can't you just say diabetes?
It's about the cloud.
Dungeon and diabetes.
It's defined by the cloud for me.
Diabetes.
The show really went downhill after Sandra Oh left. Anyway,
she was a real shot of insulin.
She said what now? Oh my God, Laura's going to be sick.
If only we were in a hospital. All right, so Tyler, you find a... there's obviously like the place has been cleared out a bit, but there is a one particular kind of like station next to sort of like basically like doctor station or nursing station that seems a little bit out of place to you. It's just like it's got some tchotchkes on it, which seems very out of place.
Yeah. Especially in Akkah, it seems.
Yeah, very much. It's honestly the only like adornment you've seen other than dead people's gear on a wall.
Right, yeah.
Or spikes. And in kind of like quickly looking at this, you see a number of posters that haven't been posted up for what was once his thrift shop. And again, like I would say I went to the printer not long ago's worth of flyers in a box that's somewhat empty, but yes, it looks very out of place.
And these posters are for what once was his?
What once was his, which is a thrift shop.
A thrift shop. Is there an address on these posters?
Yeah.
These promotional.
It's located in the northwest of the city. If basically from the old campaigner, if you head east a ways, so toward the forge, that is apparently the location of the thrift shop. So still very much in like the mercantile sort of quarter, but just on the edge.
Near the forge?
Yeah. And it looks to all intents and purposes to be like almost a backroom shop. Like thrift shopping isn't exactly a thing here. There certainly is a lot of like, because they loot a lot of places, there's a lot of stuff that kind of gets sold and other things, but it looks almost like a cross between like an army surplus and a thrift shop.
And I'm sorry, you described it as I recently went to the print shop amount of posters?
Yeah. Like it's a box full of pamphlets.
Okay.
With a few missing.
I may be putting too much value or weight into the word recently, but I want to kind of carefully look around here for evidence of someone actually being present on this seemingly deserted second floor.
There doesn't seem to be anything recent.
I'm going to take a tchotchke off the station.
What do you take?
These are I don't really use the word tchotchke, but they're trinkets. They're
trinkets. Yeah. Like it's honestly like if you imagine walking into a thrift shop and looking at or like because when I think thrift shop now, I mostly think clothes. But if you walked into like an antique store and there's just a table of weird small things that are, I mean, the modern version of a tchotchke is literally like a Funko Pop, but like it could be
like a Hummel figurine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a little statue, or it could just be like a globe, or
I like the idea of a globe, like a little snow globe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's a little snow globe. We'll say it's actually of Icewind Dale. So it's like a mountain with snow. The bottom tells you that it's one of a set of important sites from around Faerun, and you can collect them all. Okay.
Below that, it says "Great gifts for your daughter."
It's the brand.
Daughter. That's me.
And then underneath it says, "We know."
What is happening? Try to put the snow globe down. I can't let go of it.
And that begins the new arc. Snow globe. Yeah.
It's when Archibald appears. It's all ball and globe related traps.
Summon forth the demon Icewind Dale.
Hi.
Yeah.
Pocket sand. Pocket snow. Yeah, it turns out that it's just like the end of Mercy Hospital, where it's just the entire show's taking place in a snow globe. That's not true. That's not canon. Don't hold me to that. All right. So yeah, you grab that. I assume you grab like a pamphlet as well.
Yeah. Fold it up.
Cool.
Then it's time to keep moving.
Yeah. Did you roll? You rolled a nat 20 on that.
Nat 20 to investigate.
Yeah. As you pick up the globe and turn to go, there's just something that kind of catches your eye. And as you look back, you notice that the tchotchkes were arranged roughly in the sign of the Freebird.
Oh. Okay.
And then you run because there are footsteps rapidly coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
Are you going up, or are you going to try and go out there aren't windows on this ward, but there are windows in the stairwell. So if you want to like smashy jump and run, you could.
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah. I'll just summon forth Breach of Contract and just kind of try to start by like piercing the glass, just to like fracture it and then just smash it out.
Okay. I don't think you need to roll for that. Okay. Your sword is very good at that. So you smash it. The window breaks. Over your shoulder, you hear more classic guard lines. There he is! Get him! And like a Tommy Lee Jones looking guard is chasing you towards the window.
I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care!
I gotta jump.
And with that, you spring and stride out the window. So meanwhile, back down in the mines, you've collected some blasting powder. Butthole, you found some inspiration. Everyone gathers sort of back together. And Butthole, you notice that the hobgoblin who had jumped up on the bar is with you all now as well, and seems to be like getting along really well with Patty.
And he'll just go over to Juniper and be like, "Okay, so you found Pitch, is it?"
Yeah, and
so what's the deal?
He found a pamphlet of Moonhammer.
Oh,
and has been like following the moondmandments.
Oh, so we found the more recent one. Okay, that's useful because I did some earlier stuff too. So this is good. Okay.
Yeah, so I thought, had to come along, right?
Well, clearly it's got some good ideas rolling around in that noggin. Pitch.
Oh, yeah, that's us. Hey, hi.
Hi. So I'm Butthole. I wrote the Moondmandments. I was the first cleric of Moondmandments.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, and like straightens up a little bit, like adjusts hair and like straightens leather jerkin, fixes different glove.
Well, it's super nice to meet you. I'm so glad that you've got faith in Moonhammer. So I've got some news. It's exciting. So Moonhammer returned to Moonhammer's dimension, but Moonhammer named me the Butthammer, which means I'm her chief representative in this realm, and I'm going to become the god Butthammer.
Alrighty then. Is there a community around this, or is it just kind of you doing your thing? And
oh no, we've got a whole fortress, like the church is springing up around it. We've got an army that's starting.
Okay, yeah. Can anyone join?
Oh, as long as you're a good person, you're welcome.
Okay, we got to talk about that though. So as
long as you're a good person, starting when you join.
Oh no, I've always been a good person. It's just like a lot of people think I'm evil, and it's a real pain in the ass. So like,
oh my god, that's me. That's like my brother over there. That's like, have you met Quinny?
I don't know. I've met a lot of people down here.
Oh, when he gets back, people think he is the worst. Pretty much everybody we meet just wants to punch him in the face. But he's like a good friend of mine, and I like him a lot.
That's great. And how much do your uniforms cost?
Oh, cost?
Well, yes. I've been we found a lot of problems with Akkah, to be honest. But one of them is just it's so expensive to buy the kit. Like I've got the pants and a glove. I've been saving up for another glove, but it's hard to earn the money because they won't let me in unless I'm commissioned. And I'm trying to get commissioned. It's a whole thing. So like, what? How much do I have to pay? What's the?
Oh, you don't have to pay anything. We don't do that. You can just join.
Okay, so I can just hang out with you guys and help and live and thrive.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, hang on. We got to confer about this. Hey, how do you feel about it? I feel pretty good about it. How about you? I feel pretty good about it. I think we feel pretty good about it. Okay. All right. Goodbye, single glove. And he like takes it off and throws it deeper into the mine. And he's like, these are the only pants I brought, so I'm not throwing these away, but I will when I can find new ones.
That's reasonable. And he wants to look at his tummy bag because they have a bunch of different pieces of adamantine.
I'm sure you have. Wait, you're looking for adamantine pants?
No, not pants. That'd be a terrible idea. He's looking for the guy threw off his glove and his forearm guards, so he'd like to. If he's got adamantine bracers, he'd like to give him a pair.
All right. Yeah, I think we could find a pair of that. And he puts them on, and it's Beaker giving fucking Michael Caine a scarf and Christmas Carol. It's just like no one's ever given him nice things before, and he's like, we're gonna get some good use out of these. These are incredible. Thank you.
So welcome aboard, Pitch. You've got a home at the Fortress of Forlorn Hope. Right now, things are dark, but they're gonna get brighter. One other question: how are you and all of the other people in your head at riddles?
We're okay.
Okay is good enough. Congratulations, I'm promoting you to Castilian. When we take over the fortress, I'm going to need you to watch that gate and ask people riddles.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah.
This is the best day ever. I knew I would find the right Castilian, and I knew the universe would bring them to me, and it's happening.
Things really turned around for Butthole since you found that corpse.
Exactly. He found a corpse, and someone showed up who knew the Moondmandments. This is the best.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you've gathered the exploding powder. Quinny, I'm going to need a final. I'm going to see if you can roll 2 ones in a row. Give me a stealth check twice. Well, only once if it succeeds, but if you roll a 1, then do it again.
It's not a 1.
What is it?
It's a 28.
Yeah, okie dokie. So yeah, Quinny, you managed to lose your pursuers after springing and striding away from the hospital. Can you roll me a perception check, please?
9.
9. Okay. You see nothing of import as you run away. So you do that thing where now that you have a bit of a sense of where to go and how to get there, you're able to throw them off and then also just avoid patrols and that sort of thing on your way back. You can see the sort of flames and smoke rising into the dark sky as the old campaigner burns. But you're able to make your way back, and since it's just you're probably able to just leap up and over the fence rather than looking for a scrabbly spot, and you're able to rejoin your compatriots in the mine. You find Juniper and Reginald arriving with blasting powder, Butthole seemingly befriending a hobgoblin, Patty Two Eyes just looking pretty good for someone who has a common cold, and sort of it's by no means a joyous crowd, but to Butthole's earlier point, there is a sense of purpose and a sense of momentum. It looks like everyone's kind of gearing up as you arrive.
Yeah, there's potential here. This is what we needed to do to get started. So yeah, good. Quinny will make it known that he's back and lost them.
And Reginald will run over and hug you.
What are you doing? What is this?
I don't know. I feel like we have to maintain this lie.
Oh, God, I'm kind of over it. I think I'm just going to tell him.
Oh, okay. And then what? Okay. I hope we don't get in trouble.
I don't think it's going to be that. I think the lie has become a bigger deal than the truth is why I'm.
All I'm saying is I don't want to get in trouble. And if that means I have to hug you all the time and give you the occasional kiss, I'm willing to do that to not get in trouble.
I don't want those things from you. I don't want the hug or the kiss.
This isn't a question of want. This is a question of avoiding punishment.
I'm going to punish you if you kiss me again.
Well, then you better explain it. And you better make this was your fault.
Quinny, can you roll me an insight check?
Yeah. Oh, +0. 14.
14. Looking around, you see the momentum that's occurring, and Butthole seems like he's kind of in a good mood. He's in his element. It occurs to you that breaking the news to him right now might interrupt that. Are you willing to risk that to get out of this weird Reginald situation?
No, time and place. Yeah, this can happen another time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
are you going to tell him or am I going to tell him? And
I will tell him.
okay, well, when? Otherwise, I think I have to kiss you.
You don't. You mustn't.
But Quinny, I've got a lot going on, and this can't be the one thing that blows up in my face
What
right
else
now.
have you got going on?
My fucking dad's here. What the fuck do you think is going on? You're worried about kissing?
Oh,
you fucking idiot.
That makes so much sense. I thought he was just back from the dead.
I
But
mean,
he's your dad from your dimension. That's why he looked like that. Oh, okay.
There was literally
What
a
is he
moment where
like?
I wished I was as stupid as Butthole so that I would believe that was just this realm's Archibald back from the dead, but I'm not, so this means it's my dad. He's the most dangerous fucking asshole you're ever going to meet in your whole life.
All right, same as Butthole's dad then.
No,
Okay.
you're wrong. Did you kill him? That wasn't my dad then. My dad's better than that dad. My dad's alive, and much worse things have come after him.
Yeah, well, everyone who's alive, except for me, just hasn't tried dying yet.
I don't even know if he hasn't tried dying yet. This guy scares the fucking shit out of me.
Well,
Meanwhile, in the Juniper's just what? Who said what? Who said what?
So here's the deal. He's got other things. He's absolutely fucking. And Butthole tried to punch him in the face, so now he knows. I guess there's buttholes around. I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do.
all right, well, first of all, try to relax, try to calm down and be rational, okay? I know he scares you, but you also were just so scared of getting in trouble that you were going to try and kiss me.
Yeah, I may have been pushing emotions aside to focus on other things.
All right.
You've never displaced an emotion? You know, maybe you were sad about a friend and then we had to murder a man full of vines.
I don't... Quinny just says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Roll a deception check.
All right. You're not going to like it. How is this going to work? So it's a 28 for deception. But he was there.
Yes, he was, but he is struck by just how hard you're selling it to the man who was also there.
Damn, all right.
He doesn't buy it. He's just very aware of
How
your,
impressed he is at your general skill of lying.
yeah, your dark abilities of being able to con and lie. It's astonishing when you know it and you're watching it and it still feels real.
Deny.
Oh my God. You might not actually have died before. You might not even be able to beat my dad. Anything you say could seem real. Who are you, me?
God, you really work yourself up, man.
Yeah, well, you find out that your evil dad who you thought you'd escape shows up in your realm and he's ready to kill all your friends and also you're fucked.
I can't. My dad's normal. I've got a regular dad.
Yeah, that's well, fucking good for you.
Thank you. I didn't have a lot to do with it. You didn't have a lot to do with your dad being fucked up.
Well, until I ended up helping build his evil empire and then made him stronger and helped protect his fucking goo. Oh, God, he has the goo.
Oh. Well, now hang on. We know some things about the goo now.
What, that it almost killed us all when it didn't have help and it had no fucking brain?
That it hates the light?
Okay, that's kind of... No, but it had no brain. The brain will make it smarter. We won't be able to do the dumb shit that scares animals.
Oh, yeah, and smart things just all of a sudden are immune to their weaknesses.
Well, I mean, smart things tend to account for their weaknesses and push through things that hurt, you know?
Yeah. No, this is more constructive than just, hey, we should kiss because I'm scared. So, yeah.
Yeah, what we should do is we should run because I'm scared.
No. We should fight. We can beat him. We can take him.
What?
The thing in the bar with his whole goons showing up, just rising up from all the seats was a bad first go of it, but we can do it.
But we can do that because we've got you who can stab him in the back, and we've got me who can watch and help if things go our way. And we've got Butthole, who will have no problem throwing down. He tried to fight him before. It's not like he has any weaknesses that I don't know about or anything.
We
he can just
beat
win
his
that
dad
fight.
before with Butthole fighting for him. Because basically,
Wait, what?
Yeah, because his dad, when he says to do stuff, Butthole has to do it. So we still beat him, though.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, you're making a face. What is... What? Get away! Don't lean closer to me when you're doing
directly on Quinny again.
Just
Oh, we're all gonna die. Have you thought about the consequences of a smarter, more dangerous Archibald being able to control your king and your god?
Quinny wiping stomach acid out of his eyes.
Do you want to fight this fucking butthole? Because I think you fought him when he was like a soft little nice boy. Now there's fucking god powers in there and shit changes all the time.
No, I don't want to fight him. What are you talking about?
What if my dad tells him to do something?
He's not Butthole's dad. He's your dad. It's two different dads, even though it's the same guy. Oh, man.
Listen, I have a lot of respect for you, and I know a lot of people say you're not stupid, but you do seem to struggle to put, the final details together sometimes.
The final details, I mean, I just... hang on, I'm thinking about it.
Okay, well, think it through.
We can't really test it, can we?
Not without being a sum.
It's a shame you used that dimension door before the vomit. That would be really helpful right now.
I try to
He's trying to hold it in
time,
It's
but I'm out of
empty.
spell slots. It's like, no.
Just drawing a door and you're like, ha-ha! Into the mouth. Okay,
Just Eldritch blast the vomit. It flies 10 feet back into his own face.
But see, we still have an advantage here because we know the goo's weaknesses. The goo might be smart, but we know the goo's weaknesses. We didn't know Archibald. We didn't see Archibald coming last time. He got the drop on us. He commanded Butthole to fight us and was a whole thing. But we know he's here. We could maybe prepare for that now ahead of time. We could maybe work something to, and this is just a first pass at the idea. What if we temporarily deafen Butthole or something like that Just when we know we're going to go fight him or something.
Do you know how to do that?
Not in a way that isn't permanent. But
Hey.
it's just you and me talking. We could open this up.
Hey, friends, it's me, Butthole. So, you two lovebirds are over here barfing on each other. What's going on?
We were talking about Archibald Tingler being back, or no, not back, but his Archibald being here. And I'm thinking, we can take him. We're smarter. We're stronger.
Yep, that's true. We're more of that than we were. I think our first priority needs to be blowing up that portal, and the second needs to be, and then he can you guys just step over here with me? He'll just walk them further away from the general crowd, wave Juniper over, and then be like, okay, so I don't know if this Archibald has the same powers as the other Archibald.
Yeah, Reginald was saying that. Yeah,
Reginald knows about. How you holding up, buddy? Not great. Okay, that's probably about as good as we could hope at this time. Hoping he wasn't going to find out about it right away, but yeah, we either need me to hear him say something really harmless, and then we find out if it controls me or not, or, I'd need to avoid him.
I was pitching temporarily deafening you.
Oh, do you know how to do that?
I don't, not in a way that's not permanent.
Oh, well, how much would it hurt?
It would hurt a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, worst case scenario, we can go for that. My god powers mean I could restore my own deafness if that occurs. So, if it has to be permanent, we could do it. But, Quinny, we've got these explosives.
Yeah.
I think we need to blow up the portal.
Yeah.
So we can guarantee no more reinforcements because the horde is goddamn terrifying. And then we can trap Archibald here so we can, engage him on our own terms.
Yeah,
So,
I like that.
Sense?
I see, you got, it looks like we're stockpiling some explosives here.
Oh, yeah, and Juniper just kind of has a bunch in her hands.
And I feel
I think that's great. I think
the explosives are next level because honestly, if there's one thing Sheriff Moss knows from old Westy times, it's blasting stuff.
Baby.
Oh yeah. So many railroads.
That railroad, yeah, for sure.
I see what you guys are putting together here. I think a little combination of bag of holding plus copious amounts of explosives plus my ring of invisibility means we can do a real nice little sabotage in this portal situation.
Okay, so we take all the stuff that's in the bag now and empty it out so you can put a bomb in it?
Put an obscene number of bombs into it. Yeah, we're going to blow this fucking thing sky high. They are not rebuilding it. They are not coming through.
Okay, so we'll give you the ring of invisibility. We put a bunch of bombs in this bag. Then we just...
I think we give Juniper the ring of invisibility. Look at her. She's handling those explosives like a pro.
Are you good at sneaking, Juniper?
I mean, sneaking, she kind of does the so-so hand.
All right.
But I
Wait.
do know explosives.
What if we go? Juniper's got an outfit that looks like one of those, like an armor of Akkah, or we take out a dark spike or whatever. Then, Quinny, you're invisible. You've got the bombs. Juniper can walk around the site having turned into an orc or something that blends in, could replace a dark spike that we take out. Then she can whisper to you where to drop things so she can see what's going on, but we have an invisible person able to set up all the explosives. You're more dexterous than any of us, and you're way sneakier than any of us.
Well, yeah.
Fabulous. And I'll guard these people here in the mine.
Then the guard, you got to stay. You'll have a post as a guard, meaning you have to stay here and protect what's here from whatever comes here. You're comfortable with that?
Oh, yeah, you can trust me. I've protected the rear guard so many times. Nobody came to the back of the army.
I'm quite confident I didn't lure anyone here, so I think we're actually okay in terms of whether or not Reginald is going to run. I don't think anyone's actually going to show up, so he should be good.
Okay, so we should leave Reginald here, and then I will be there from a distance to see if anything goes wrong and swoop in and help. But Reginald, you're going to have to come. But I don't want to. Well, it's not really a discussion that we're going to have. You're going to have to do this so we don't all die. But if I stay here, we won't die. Well, we all could die, and then they'll hunt you down, and you won't have me to bring you back to life. No. Cave's due to that power. So there's now a plan.
Excellent. So, having decided on a disguised Juniper,
Yep.
spotting, using her knowledge of explosives to observe the correct spots, the pressure points, point them out to Invisible Quinny, who will set the bombs, guarded by Butthole and an entirely willing and excited to be there to help Reginald. Dum-Dums, you have a plan. It's time to go blow up a portal.
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time. The Half-Blind Prophet, Christopher Little, Sue One, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, OMG It's Big Nick, D&D and Things, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Flea Unit, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Melissa Rain, Nithrian, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L., Dia De Los Hoodless, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.